Good afternoon on what is a warm, bright and sunny day. It is Friday the 21st of June, yes, midsummer, and I'm in the reading nook with a nice hot cup of tea and a box to unbox. And what I've got in here is Squeeze. Now this is published by Parable Games, English publisher best known for the Shiver horror role-playing game, which is designed to do certain types of films, so your slasher films, your vampire flicks and your werewolf movies, that sort of thing. Veers a little into Lovecraftian horror, but then you've got settings like Spire Home, which does a bit more. It takes the player characters and casts them as monsters in the vein of the universal monsters, so Frankenstein, the Mummy, Dracula, and so on, veering a little bit into the territory of the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and as heroes they are responsible for policing an Eastern European city against other monsters. And there's also a good campaign in the book, Spy Home, and then also there's an extra campaign to go with it as the player characters explore and delve underground. But Squeeze is a little bit different because Parable Games also does a lot of new mini games, of which Squeeze is one. So Squeeze, a journey of claustrophobic terror. This game takes your players and puts them in the dark, deep and dangerous underground environment with only one goal: get to the surface alive. So it's a tabletop role-playing game of subterranean claustrophobic terror. So you've got contents, a guide to what you'll need, a quick introduction, and then the table there, which gives you the results on the inside page, easy to find, and you will need 4-sided dice for this for the player, which obviously you're going to need to source. A little bit more difficult to get hold of than your average dice. I mean, if it had been just for 6-sided dice, really easy. This makes this a bit more geared to role players, as it were. So you've got the different traits: head, heart, and lungs, and hands, and so on. A guide to creating your explorer. There's some basic traits, health, and your calm, which is essentially what you're going to need to keep essentially as you squeeze through the tunnels and caverns. And then we've got the table of gear and items you might be lucky enough to carry with you. And then rules for panicking, fighting, and then traversal and so on, climbing and falling, swimming and drowning, the kind of activities you're going to be undertaking as you explore the subterranean world. And then we get into creating a story, and here we have a little table of story hooks and accidents that the player characters might suffer on their exploration, some ideas for settings, and then environmental threats, and some horrors that they might encounter in the process. And that is it. You've got the explorer sheet on the back, and yeah, so basically you can just see how simple the game is with the 4 stats: your inventory sheet, and your background there, and you just go from there. So yeah, that is Squeeze, a tabletop of subterranean claustrophobic terror. Well, I hope you enjoyed this unboxing in the Nook. If you did, then please do click on the like button down below. And if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to more unboxings in the Nook, where you'll see me out here with a box containing a book or game, or in this case, a mini role-playing game of subterranean exploration and terror, which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, 5 minutes barely this time, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea. Then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing in the Nook. I will be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.